In the center of the United States, we find hundreds and hundreds of dinosaur graveyards. Now, each one of these dots that you see represents a graveyard that contains sometimes hundreds of thousands of fossils. How big of a wave would it take from the oceanic coast to reach the center of the United States to be able to bury hundreds of thousands of dinosaurs with sea life incrustations all in one event? What event could cause a wave so huge that it would hit the center of the United States? Only Noah's flood can explain this evidence. Within these graveyards, we find that the dinosaurs died in an asphyxiated position. They died from drowning. Let me ask you a question. What would cause 1,000,000 square miles, catch this, 1,000,000 square miles of dinosaurs to be encapsulated and protected by one flood? We find in one of the graves 10,000 adult Maiasaura. They didn't have any young with them. What that means is they saw the flood coming most likely and they dashed away. They left everything behind, their eggs and their young behind, and they were all buried together in the center of the United States as well. The Bible says, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Notice it says the entire world perished. It's such a powerful case that we have for Noah's flood. Now, the evolutionists and the atheists insist that the way that these dinosaurs died was through an asteroid, and it supposedly wiped out the dinosaurs. Well, get this, an asteroid that struck 2,000 miles away from the heart of the kill zone is responsible for the death of these dinosaurs? Would that make any sense? Inside of these dinosaurs, we find preserved blood cells. Now, you have to ask the question, could blood last for 65 million years? We find that they died from drowning as well. If you look at the blood cells, they're positioned in a way that shows that they died from drowning. Just beautiful photos here that show us. And again, atheists believe that dinosaurs lived 65 million years ago. Well, is that really plausible to suggest that blood lasted in the ground for 65 million years? Why is it that we find blood cells? Why is it that we find histones, bone cells, nerve cells? We even find collagen inside of dinosaur bones. You know, collagen is the soft material that's inside of your bones. Is soft material going to last in deep time for millions of years? Dinosaur surprise. Scientists find collagen inside of a 195 million year old bone. For now, scientists are still trying to figure out how these protein fragments really managed to last so long in the first place. Well, let me tell you, they didn't last millions of years because they didn't die out millions of years ago. We find intact organs, not just blood cells, but intact organs of dinosaurs that existed in the recent past. Think about that. This one is called Skippy. He's supposedly 113 million years old, but yet he has intestines that are intact, colon intact, liver intact, muscles intact, and a windpipe intact. Is it plausible to suggest that somebody's liver could last for millions of years? Is that plausible? No. It is implausible. Amen, Brother Tim. Amen. We find a mummified nodosaur. It weighed 2,500 of its original 3,000 pounds, and it still has intestines that were intact. Incredible. And the scientists believe that it was swept to sea by a flooding river, sank, landed on its back, and pressed into the ocean floor. Noah's flood truly did happen. And we find as well